Hey everybody, Wiggles is back. This time, I'm bringing you guys a video on New World. I've compiled a short list of super useful tips that every beginner in New World should know. The game sort of throws you into the deep end, so I thought that this list would actually save you guys a lot of time and provide a lot of value. Alright, let's get right into it. The first tip I have is to repair your gear. A lot of newcomers don't even know this exists until their gear breaks. In order to repair your gear, you have to go into your inventory, and then you go into any of your weapons or your armor, hold S, and salvage it. This will give you a repair part. And then these repair parts allow you to repair your gear. So for instance, you can see my gloves are half durability. All I have to do is hold R now, click, and repair the gear. The amount of repair parts depends on the gear that you choose to repair. If you're struggling getting some repair parts at an early level, I would definitely recommend going to the trading post and just buying a ton of really cheap gear and then salvaging it all for repair parts. Alright, so this transitions nicely into my second tip. The second tip is to use your trading post. When I first started, I really wanted to use the ice gauntlet, but I waited until about level 12 to get it, and then I realized I could have just bought it straight through the trading post for like pennies on the dollar. So I really should have been doing this early on because it would have let me improve my weapon skill even further than it is right now. So as well as buying any low level armor and gear, I definitely would recommend buying some low level questing or crafting materials, as these are super cheap as well. And it would save you a ton of time to just get 500 logs instead of chopping down all those trees. Now lastly, if you want to make some money in this game, the trading post is definitely one of the best ways to do it. To maximize the amount of money you can gain, I definitely would recommend crafting and then selling those crafted items onto the trading post. If you want to make it a bit easier on yourself, you don't have to craft and you can just farm a ton of materials and sell that on the auction house. Alright, so for the third tip, I would definitely recommend using campsites every time you're questing. This is because when you die, hate to break it to you, but you have to go back to town or the nearest settlement. So if you have a campsite like this out here, you apply all the resources and you create it, then now you can use this campsite as a recall point when you die. One little tip I'd add on number 3 is to make sure that you put out all your materials into your storage at your local town. As you can see, I'm already 233 out of 250 weight. So once I get to 250, I'm not going to be able to move as fast or use abilities or dodge or anything. So just make sure that you store anything within the town. So tip number 4 is all about mobility tricks. Not a lot of beginners know that you can press X to sheath your weapon and run a little bit faster. Also, not a lot of people are aware, but we actually have armor types. So in this case, my character is a medium type. And you can pause this video to read them. So since I'm wearing medium armor, my dodge is a quick hop. I deal 10% bonus damage, and any crowd control effects I apply last 10% longer. One other thing I think is very important is the fact that you can recall every hour. So I can choose to recall to this inn in 2 minutes, and I feel like you should be utilizing this as much as possible just to get the maximum amount of fast travel in this game. Speaking of fast travel, I definitely recommend using fast travel on the map. In order to do this, you have to go to a shrine or another town in order to connect to the fast travel. Fast traveling uses a resource called a Zoth, which you can get a variety of ways around Eternum, most notably through questing and through killing mobs. So the last tip I have in this video is to practice your combat. Blocking and dodging in this game are very important, and it becomes a necessity at endgame. So it's a good habit to get used to it right now. One tip for this is whenever you see an elite, they'll turn white when they use some kind of ability, and that's your cue to dodge or block, but usually dodge is the best bet in that case. So an easy way to practice this is just to go up to any enemy, just make them follow you and just practice dodging when they attack. It might seem like it's not needed, but when you have a lot of enemies on you at the same time, it gets to be really handy when you can time your dodges and your blocks. One thing that's good to try is attack, block, attack, block, attack, block. Just getting used to blocking in general is very useful for any newcomer. One of the best things you can do when you use a life staff is to learn how to self-cast. I have self-cast on a button on my mouse. I think it defaults to Control or Alt for everybody when you start New World, but learning how to self-cast when healing is very vital. One of my favorite glitches in the closed beta is you can go up to a pirate and they won't attack you half the time if you're just like this. It's pretty great. And then I can just shoot him like this. Oh. Maybe we both can't attack each other. Yep. Looks like it's just one of those days. So lastly, as a new player, I think the most important thing you can do when questing out on your own is to bring food and potions. Potions might be a little hard for you to find in an early level, so you could always buy those on the trading post if they're cheap enough. But alternatively, you can craft them pretty easily. But light rations, you shouldn't have any issue getting the meat for and crafting those. It's way better to get a ton of food and a ton of potions, then you just never have to worry about it. Thanks for watching the video, everybody. I appreciate it. If you like this video, please like and subscribe for more New World content. I'll be pumping out more videos soon. If you didn't like this video, make sure to press the dislike button twice, and then I'll be sure to remember how much you didn't like this video. So yeah, have a great day, everybody. Cheers. So if you play a campsite, then you can